sure we have a fair idea of who she is, but in good time, she'll be properly introduced to us. So we will move straight to that honor. After the honor, we'll hear a speech from the honoree herself, after which we'll have closing remarks and then have closing prayers.
My very dear friend and sister, Professor Emerita Deborah Pellow. She has been a sister
in Ghanaian affairs for many years.
Too many years for us to start talking about it and trying to recount the number of honors
she has brought to the
Zango and indeed to the northern community, those of northern descent, or those settlers who have come and found their way in Accra and other places. It has been an honor and a privilege. I'm so delighted that today the community
has recognized her at the very highest level.
It is such an honor to find this recognition. Has served us
and the people of the Zango
and elevated us in a way that is really commendable and remarkable. I don't know everybody here, so I cannot acknowledge everybody, but I see the very distinguished chiefs and community leaders, opinion leaders. I see my sister, Dr. A. Abdullah's wife, Camilla, Jia Camilla.
I want to thank
you for being here. God bless you all, and may He continue to bring peace and tolerance, love and respect to our community. Salamat.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Madame Betimo Idrisu. Today you have come to Sabon Zango. This is a very historic place. I'm sure you have read a Prof's work. You know, it's a very historic and significant piece of real estate in Ghana. It's just by way of information, it's the only community that was established and modeled after the northern Nigerian states. It's a community built purposely for Muslims and Hausa-speaking settlers. Alhamdulillah, this is how far we have come. So, Madam, you're welcome to Sabon Zango. Thank you so much. I've been advised to inform everybody, like you would know, originally the venue for this event was to be at the night market, but unfortunately on Thursday evening, our chief, or in fact our entire community, we lost a very distinguished member of our community. In fact, we lost our chief linguist in the person of the Waziri. As a matter of fact, he is chairman, or he was chairman of our National Council. So to his honor, we decided to relocate the event to the forecourt of the palace. It is his image or portrait you see right behind us. So that is why we decided to contain the event and to do it in a more solemn manner. And we invoke the blessings of the Almighty. He continues to rest in peace. Amen. Without much ado, continue to... Before we continue, I would like to invite one of our senior chiefs to introduce to us some of the chiefs who are gathered here before we proceed with the day's event. So we will invite Sarki Gaddafi to introduce to us the chiefs who are gathered here before we proceed. Allah gara muka lafiya. Our honoree, I think at the right time, our honoree will be introduced. Our chairperson has been introduced already. my uncle, who is also chief of the Faila community here, Alhaji Siddiq Jibril, is also with us. Afwan, Tubaniki. He, apart from being Sarki Faila, he's also president of the Council of Faila Chiefs in Ghana. Alhaji Siddiq Jibril. He's also a Friday Imam. He leads Juma Imam. So he wears different hats. When Nyama Kadadi Kazabal Imam, Nyama Kadadi Kai Sarauta. Allah we also have among us politicians. Shall we say, are we aspiring members of parliament? Or we haven't declared yet? We have from the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Jefferson Sarki. He's a parliamentary hopeful on the side of things. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have from the National Democratic Congress, Alhaji Alidu. He is also a parliamentary hopeful. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. So, kada mu tsawaita magana da gabatar da manya da suke tare da mu, we'll continue to zoom straight to business again. Na kira babban yana Alhaji Alhassan Sule wato ya ba mu takaitaccen bayani on the purpose of today's gathering. The purpose of today's gathering. At-takbir. Bismillah. No. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I'll start by saying that I am greatly privileged for my privilege to be the one selected to usher in the proceedings today. The purpose of our gathering simply for one point only. It is to honor a personality who has been a friend of successive chiefs of Sabon Zango for well over 40 years. This person is dear to the hearts of the people of Sabon Zango, no doubt. The personality I'm referring to is Deborah Pellow, who is a professor emerita at the Syracuse University's Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. And her works have focused on space and place in Ghana. I was pursuing this agenda, study on space and place. Professor Pellow has carried out extensive research into the history and the establishment of Sabon Zango, which has given a home to generations that have lived in it. Today, as we speak, Sabon Zango already 160 years since it was established in 1907. Madam Bako, the founder, was exceptionally granted custodial rights by the English school in 1907, under which the family could allot land and vote back. The same founder, Madam Bako, during his early days as a leader, he was recognized and honored as chief of the houses of the Ghana state. Evidence to this point, this fact, can be referenced at the National Archives numbered as ADM 11/1502 SNA 900, where it was established that Madam Bako is recognized as the chief of the houses of the Ghana state. The same founder
Muslim migrants to be listed in the Gold Coast civil list of rulers under the British colonial administration. And this again is evidenced by certificate number 00385 dated 8th of January 1924. 1924 to date, it's already 99 years. At-Takbir Jama. This is also confirmed on page 387 and 388 at the Public Records Office, that is the PRAD, otherwise previously known as the National Archives. Again, another feat and recognition was that at a congress, a historic congress of headmen of various ethnic groups, which was held in Accra way back in 1933, Madam Bako was recognized as the Manche for the Zango community of Accra by the GA as well as the colonial administration. And again, this can be referenced to the documents at the National Archives referenced as ADM SNA 21/19 of 11th of January 1933. Today, it's already 90 years. At Takbir. Now, coming back to our honoree, our distinguished sister. In fact, she's not only a friend of the people of Sabon Zango, but today she's going to be elevated even to the level of a citizen of Sabon Zango in this ceremony. Among some features in her study, Professor Pellow has unearthed, this is very interesting, a certain unique characteristics of the people of Sabon Zango, which she describes as Zangwanchi. Zangwanchi. And what is Zangwanchi? She describes it as a unique bonding among the people living in Sabon Zango, comparable to none anywhere else in this country. At Takbir Jama. At the end of her research, spanning over 10 years before the book was published in 2002, that publication called a book called Landlords and Lodges, but I have a copy here with me, has not only exposed Sabon Zango, the publication has not only exposed Sabon Zango into the vast world of academia and the world at large, but also internally in Ghana has thrown light to the importance of the Zango communities in Ghana. We say so because today our Zango communities have virtually become a de facto 17th geopolitical region in Ghana. And we say so because without Zango foods, hardly would any clear winner emerge in any election, be it presidential or parliamentary in Ghana. Not to take too much of the day's time, I would like simply to conclude and say that this ceremony taking place this evening, therefore, is to show our appreciation. Is to show appreciation by my Meritaba Sarki Alhaji Yahaya, Hamisu, Bako, his elders, and the entire people of Sabon Zango to Professor Pellow for illuminating Sabon Zango, both internally, bringing awareness of our importance, as well as externally, because for the past 20 years, all academic institutions globally have come to see landlords and lodges, and therefore has exposed this our humble community to the world at large. So to you, Professor Pellow, there's nothing we can say but to say a big thank you. We revere you and we continue to hold you in high esteem. With that, I would like to pull out for the program to proceed. Able to see. Check. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mai ka sarki. Allah ƙara faɗin mulkinka. Ba tare da bata lokaci ba, we'll proceed again
by introducing a few more dignitaries we haven't introduced. We have another colleague of Professor Pellow, who is here to join her in this celebration, in the person of Professor Anne Kasiman. She is also an anthropologist, and she's here to support her colleague. Atakbir Jama. We are also with the Sarki of South America, in the person of Mr. Abdurrahim of North America, which is, I believe, the United States of America and Canada. Indeed, we are most excited to have you, Alhaji Abubakar Abdurrahman. Thank you so much for joining us. Next to her is our own Alhaji Baba, is a member of our community, and we are also excited to have you here with us. Next to him again is a member of our council, a senior member of our community, an advisor to Chief himself, in the person of Alhaji Muntala Umar Winga. Thank you so much for joining us. The Duwa and the Bamukira Sunan Suba. Just a minute. Akwai wani omission da muka yi na sarakuna. Yes. Na tare da mu kuma, we have Nishipi Mate 1 of Bawe Awoshi Lafa. Shima na tare da mu. Can we see you? Nishipi Umajobu. We also have Ninoi Naku, who is the Osu Stool Council, or Chiame. Shima na tare da mu. He is with us. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have my big brother, Ni Clote Clote, head of family, Osu Ashanti. Thank you, Ni Clote Umajogu. So, with the permission of Madam Chairman, we would want to proceed with the honor. Then again, it's my big brother to come and do the honor of presenting the citation to our honorable Atakbir.
I'll read citation.
So he's now going to read the citation in honor of our honoree this afternoon. Bismillah.
Yeah. Again, I must say I am profoundly privileged once again to be the fellow amongst the many able ones to render this to our hearing. This is a citation in appreciation of the efforts and works of Professor Deborah Pellow over the last 40 years. As the MC said, she probably knows more of the family connections than many young ones who are coming up in the last 40 years. The citation reads like this, begins first with Basmala, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, which in English means in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Masarautar Zango Accra, Sabon Zango Traditional Council, Greater Accra. Citation. This citation is to confirm the award of the honor of Jakadian Sarkin Zango Ankara na America. Jakadian Sarkin Zango Ankara na America, meaning the ambassador of the Greater Accra Zongo Chief in the United States of America. Ambassador of the Greater Accra Zongo Chief in the United States of America. And this citation is in appreciation of a work to Professor Deborah Pellow by my Martaba Sarki Alhaji Yahaya Hamisu Bako Nashida the sixth, his elders, and the people of Sabon Zongo, Accra, Ghana. This honor honor is being done to you to acknowledge and to show appreciation of your academic research into the history and the unique lifestyles of the Hausa community of Sabon Zango, which was established between 1907 and 1909. And Sabon Zango today, as I said earlier, is already 116 years, 116 years since it was established. At-Takbir, Jama. Professor Pellow, your persistent efforts to complete the project, which you began at one of the most difficult times of our country's history, of enforced curfew, when in fact the necessities of daily life were either in short supply or not available at all. This persistence and zeal is absolutely remarkable. You revived the project in the mid-1990s, resulting in the publication of one of your finest research works in 2002, titled Landlords and Lodges, Socio-Spatial Organization in an Accra Community. And this work was published by Michel's Brega Publishers of Westport, Connecticut in the United States of America. By your publication, Professor Pellow, you have exposed the people of Sabon Zango, Accra, Ghana, to the vast world of academia and to the world at large, for which we are extremely and profoundly grateful. While acting as our ambassador as Jakadi and Sarki Zango and Accra, we are also hereby conferring on you the status of citizen of Sabon Zango, Accra, Ghana. At-Takbir. Because me martaba Sarki Zango mu Alhaj Yahaya Bako and his elders and the entire people of Zango, young and old, find nothing more better than to assimilate you within our community. And hence, from today, you are also a citizen of Sabon Zango. And therefore, we must also begin to exhibit Zangwenchi in America. I believe this is just the citation which May Mertaba himself is going to honor her and present to her. That's enough.
Ahora, I'm a calling. Sarki.
Sarki na gabatar da allon girman kenan.
Dalla, me gida, kwakwakwakwa abin da zuwa. Dalla, baba. Dalla, a bar su mai da hankali nan. Salim. To yayi.
Sarki yana gabatar da allon girman kenan. Sarki yana gabatar da allon girman kenan su Hajiya Deb, magajiya ko kuma jakadiya kenan.
Aisha mai nono.
Aisha mai nono, lakabinta na da yawa. Daga yau kin zama ƴan zango. Alhamdulillah. Jama'a takbir. A takbir. wurin gabatar da allo kun karanta turanci yanzu da mu yi na gargajiya a bisa al'adan bahaushe ko yan zango in sarki ya ba mutum girma musamman mace me ake sa mata riga ko alkuba ko ba haka ba to yanzu da mu yi wannan cikin yadda ubangiji so a fito da kujera a aji gaban sarki ta zauna gaban sarki sarki da kai zai sa mata riga to an kaji to wani aja fati wani sai da mutum daya to yanzu mu duka mu samu wuri mu zauna ma'am, we are now coming to the traditional owner. Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, want to stand up. How's it going?
We are going to do the traditional honor. We are going to do traditionally informed as the Hajia of Sarki. From today, he will be an advisor and counselor to His Royal Highness Sarki, representing his interests in the United States of America. So, let's proceed.
It's okay.
So, the Hajia, Allah Shaki.
Tashi ku fita.
Da gaisa da sauran sarakuna ko ba ka ba. Aja basira ce da kewaya da kisa gaisa sauran yamma daga wurin mata da gaisa sauran manya.
Ya, abin shi. Kujewar mata. Kuje da ita wani mata. Ya mata abin da za ta. Kai, kuje da ita karan. Daga da kowa.
Allah taimaki sarki. Allah kara lafiya da sauransu. Jama'a bayan ta kare gaisuwa mun tsaya mun yi hoto mun take test mun yi shi an ce wannan Mr. Jefferson Sarki ya ce mu yi magana. His position is Deputy Communications Director at the Office of the President. The fact that he may be a political parliamentary aspirant is only a secondary matter. Thank you very much. Of the President. So that is their respective designation. Thank you so much. And I'm told they've been very generous to council also in respect of the organization of this event, and we are most grateful for your generosity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairperson, my dear Becky, who as a politician speaks extemporaneously. So I wanted to get this right. Honorable Sarki Sabon Zango Alhaji Yahaya Hamisu Bako, Fadan Sarki Zango, Honorable Chiefs, my friend and collaborator Alhaji Al-Hassan Suli, other invited guests, too many for me to name, and of course you, Mutanen Sabon Zango, who have always been so kind and welcoming. Zaman Lafia, Yafi Zamandan Satun. I stand before you humbled by this honor. It was in 79 that I first was consciously aware of Sabon Zango. I had first come to Ghana in 1970. A good friend brought me here that summer. It was a difficult summer. I arrived just after June 4th. But it whetted my appetite to propose a new project, considering how the Hausa, originally strangers to Accra, succeeded in maintaining their identity. I returned in January 1982, yet again chasing Jerry Rawlings. For 6 months I was here. I got to know what I came to call the first families of Islam, interviewing chiefs such as Bibi Shardo of Nupe, Amida Brahma, Yoruba, Audu something, who I believe was the Brahma, Ali Kadri English, Hausa of Sabon Lane, Zango Lane, and Abayazidu Zenoa, Kanuri. I will never forget Alhaji Hamisu Bako, father of the current Sarki and Sabon Zango, an extraordinary genealogist who delineated the historical cast of characters for me, who they married, who they gave birth to, and the lives that they led. Through all of these leaders and the archives, I learned about the formation of the downtown Muslim community, of Native Officer Ali, great-grandfather of my friend Al-Hassan Suli, and Malam Nenu, Accra's first Hausa man, who was also the chief imam of downtown. The dissolution of that community, while you had the importance of Alhaji Kadri English, whose followers stayed downtown at Zango Lane, and Malam Bako, Nenu's son, who with the help of the colonial administration and the local God chiefs successfully carved out this new, initially Hausa community by and for Hausa, so that, as he said, they could worship in peace. In those days, Chief Brima told me, it was bush. You didn't go out after 6 p.m. because of wild animals. It was farmed by Ga farmers for cashews and cassava. But a new community it became, a vibrant, active place with houses and streets and a market. And when I was last here, 32 mosques. I don't know how many there are now. And this was the place that I chose to spend time in. The mid and late 1980s were difficult. I did not come back until the 1990s, but I came back almost every year after that. I lived nearby. I spent time with Chief Shaibu Bako, my dear friend Baba Medoki, and Sarki Fada, as well as other members of the Fada. But it is really to the people of the 75-acre space that I owe gratitude. They took me into their homes, they fed me, they put up with me, they helped me, they listened to and answered all of my questions, and they became my friends. And it is from them that I learned. My research and publications would not have been possible without the concurrence of the chief and his Fada, as well as my extraordinary assistant, Muxine Bako, his sister, my language tutor, Rukaya, and Bossman Murray, the master who drew the 19 houses that I particularly researched. There are, of course, many others. All of them, and you here, made me feel like a Yarinyan Zango. You incorporated me into your Zangwanshi. Badon Rigon Domimba, Damutum Yamutu Masi. No man is an island. We all rely on the help of others to reach our goals. You left an indelible place in my heart. Again, I am humbled and honored to receive this title, and will do my best to be your Jakadia to the West. May Allah bring all of you and your community blessings. Allah Yabakusa.
حي على الفلاح